Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell.
What's up, all my different people out there? Listen, you know the motto. It is okay to be different because different means you're the bomb, okay? So, welcome back to another video with It's Just Different Teas and More. Listen, today I'm going to show you how to sublimate on the rocks is what they call it. This is the rocks, baby. Can you see that sparkle? Let's just get into that for a sec. So, sublimation is tricky, right? It is very tricky because you can only sublimate on certain products, such as anything that is 65% polyester or higher. And so what do you do when you have cotton shirts and you still want to have an amazing picture on there? And don't mind my hair or my makeup that's halfway done because I was in the middle of contouring and said, you know what? That's just how different people do. We get that creative flowing and we like, I want to create. And so in the middle of doing makeup, I said, hold up, wait a minute. Let's put some creativity in it, okay? And so today we'll be sublimating on the rocks on a cotton shirt. I have an order for breast cancer awareness. Shout out to my survivors and shout out to those who fought the fight to the end. Listen, you are honored, woman of God or men of God. You know, I really just found out that men actually get cancer too. Like, I knew it was like prostate cancer, but in the breast, like, I didn't know that men can get that too. And so it is definitely a fight that is not easy, just from hearing stories from different people, and I'm just praying strength and covering over anyone who has encountered that. Amen. And so today I have an order for an amazing woman who has literally kicked cancer's butt, okay, period. And so the design that she wants is go, fight, win. Now you can't really see this, or you might can see. Oh yeah, you can see it. Okay, and so this is the one that I'm gonna be doing on the rocks. On the rocks. And so first of all, I did not do this, but if you want more detail to this, let me know and I'll definitely get it to you. But you are supposed to print the sublimation paper out, and that is on the A-sub paper. You can see in the back. Best paper I found by far. Actually, it's the only paper I use. I did a lot of research because I do not like to make mistakes. I don't like to spend money. I like to make money, okay? And so if you're one like me, that's why this channel is for you, boo, because I do a lot of research before launching. Why? Because I don't have time and money to waste, and neither do you, and that's okay. All right, and so today we're doing the sublimation on the rocks on a dark pink sweater for the lovely survivor that I have. And this is what the hoodie looks like. If you don't know, you can grab these hoodies from jiffy.com. They are bomb.com, okay? They are literally, after doing my research, who I found everybody else to be using, and I found them very affordable. If you are just starting though, I would advise that you will still do that, but also if you want to just kind of try some things out and you're like, oh, I wish I could try it today after this video, Hobby Lobby has them really cheap. They usually have a special on them every day. Like, they never change. They call it a special, but how's a special and it never changed? Like, they need the special on top of the special, in my opinion. But they did away with the 40% off. Like, Hobby Lobby, if you're hearing this, why? Okay. Side note. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. And so we will be doing this. And so if you want a more in-depth of how I did everything, then definitely comment down below and I'll do a video on that. But for those of you who pretty much know, I got this siser sublimation, siser vinyl. And so they call this on the rocks because of the glitter. And for some reason, it is the one in about 3 Cricut vinyls that I have learned that can sublimate, okay? And so there is some other ones, such as the holographic, a white one that I have yet to find, like a frost one, but yeah. And so I don't know, I think that the glitter really like makes pictures pop. And so I love it. I love it. This is my go-to when I have something dark that's cotton and I know can be sublimated. And I don't want to waste my time on a bunch of sprays and things. Not when, you know, this. Although I will get into that. I got a bump right there. I got a couple bumps, okay? Don't do me. Don't do me on this video. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. And so yeah, we'll be pressing this. And so I cut this out. You can do an offset on Cricut, which let me know if you want to know more. But so I sent the picture to Cricut. I offsetted it to get the measurement, because I tried to cut it out and it just was crooked, and you don't want a crooked line on there. And so I offsetted it and I cut the vinyl out for the perfect fit, and then I printed out the image, okay? And so we're gonna get started on the prep of this sweater and the whole before and after of it. Now I am nervous. I'm always nervous when I do this because you just want it to be perfect, you know? You want it to really pop and to really stand out and to really just be the best for your customer. And so I'm always really nervous about it. So let's get into it. All right, and so the first thing that you want to do is get your heat press ready. I have deets on the press, and I can drop that down below if need be. So you want to turn that on. I always, no, I don't have it set. Usually I have it set, but because I do between vinyl and sublimation, it varies. But for today, I need this to be at, I need it to be at 400. This is for sublimation. $400 for 60 seconds. So sublimation kind of prints long. Now, although, oops, and I missed it. Although I am putting this at 400 for the 60 seconds, that is not the case for vinyl. Vinyl presses at, I keep it written down because I keep going back and forth. Vinyl presses at 315 for 15 seconds. And so when this gets to 315, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and press, go ahead and press it. Okay, and so hoodies are very complicated with don't be looking at my elbow either. I know it's a little dusty. But hoodies are very complicated for me with my heat press. As I did my research, I did not take into consideration of doing hoodies, right? And so I should have got one of those ones that pull out, and that way you could just push it in. But I did not, and so, but that's okay, right? That's okay, because it's going to still work. And so if you're like me, you did not consider that, you're trying to, you know, figure this all out, I'm going to show you how to do it. And so your first bet is I'm going to do the measurements as well, because this is a customer's order. But I usually just do this at the beginning to make it a little easier for myself. And that is to put that crease in the middle. That way I have an idea, right? Because that's the last thing you want to do.
It has some cricket stuff. And so when this gets to about 300, I'm going to do a pre-press. And before I even do that, I'm going to take my lint roller. Now with sublimation, you have to make sure that you lint roll because it gets spots in your ink. If you do not fit, you got to make sure. Bro, you got to make sure everything is right and popping, okay? Because this is, oh my gosh, it's so scary. Okay, come on. Okay, hashtag, we make it work. It's just different. And so I'm going to do, don't try this at home, okay? But I just refuse to mess up that crease, okay? And so I'm just going to lint roll it just like this. I got it on, okay? Still have that shirt lined up pretty decent, pretty nice, pretty nice. All right. Have some Teflon sheets. For sublimation, you're also going to want to have your sheet. You're going to want to have heat transfer tape. I need to put this on the roll, but that is it. Also, you want to have some printer paper.
Okay, so people use butcher paper, but parchment and butcher are pretty much the same thing. And so you need this so it does not mess up your the sublimation. It kind of leaks. Not leaks, but it like leaks places, and so it can mess up your your heat press, okay? And so we're at 230. And so we're almost there. This heat press heats pretty quick. Now the thing with the offset is that you want to make sure that you size it up really correctly. Now for this, I can say that I did not size it up really correctly. I'm trying to decide if I want to. Nope, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to cut it. So let me see. So I'm thinking that this side it's not gonna look as if it's too much bigger if I do it this way versus if I do it that way. There is a lot, and so you definitely want to play with this. And like I said, I'm just starting off, and so I have not been perfect with this. There are still things that I'm trying to learn. But what do you do? What do you do? All right, so we are back. I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't really care if y'all in my business. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and press this. Whew. I should have loosened my pressure for the hoodie, but that's okay. And so you only want to pre-press this for about, I don't know, what was that, 3 to 5 seconds or something. So not long at all. And just because I just want to go ahead and hit the other side, I feel like it still got pressed, but just to make sure that there's no moisture and that crease is pretty pressed, I just want to get that other side. All right. And so when you do that, it's gonna look a little dark for a quick second, but it's definitely not. And so yeah, I have that crease down the line, down the middle, and so that gives me a clear view, because what's gonna happen now, since I don't have the one that you pull out, I have to tuck. If you do this, please be careful. I've done this multiple times, and so it's nothing but a chicken wing for me, but it may burn you, okay? My husband gets so nervous when I do this, but I haven't done sublimation a lot, but I have had a lot of experience with, what did I say, y'all? What did I say? Did we say we're gonna do it this way or this way? This way. I have had a lot of experience with vinyl. And so, since this is a customer's order, we definitely want to make sure that we are correct, sis. I will eyeball the mess out of mine, but when it comes to somebody else's, you don't want to do that. And so, I have a couple different ways. To be honest, none of them really work. I'm going to just keep it really, really, really 100 with you. None of them really work. But you know. So right here, I'm just kind of measuring it in my own way. Like I said, there is other ways. You can use the Mr. T ruler. I'll link it below. But it definitely depends on how you want it. If you ever run into the issue where, you know, you're trying everything. Here's my Mr. T one, you know. And it's like, child, this still just it ain't hitting right. And that's the good thing about, and let's say you're wasting a lot of time like me, and so my heat press is already almost to 400, and so I'll just cut the time that I do the vinyl. Make sure that it's right, and so you'll kind of just hold it up, right? And so where would you want yours to be? See, that is definitely not right, even with the measuring. I wouldn't want mine to be way down there like that. Okay. All right, so I finally got that aligned. Messing around, I've wasted a lot of time, and so we're just gonna press this for a quick 10 seconds. My machine will not ding this time because that was not the correct setting for this. So then you're gonna want to get that centered on there, and then you want to put your tape on there, because it could cause some ghosting if you do not. Okay. So we talked about not wanting it to come up. You can definitely use any kind of paper with this. I have this paper. I'll definitely use my Teflon sheet as well. All right, let's see what happens. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Now you should definitely wait until this is not hot. But because I'm anxious, oh, that came out cute. Oh yeah. Oh freaking yes. Here is the finished product. Get into this. OMG. Colors are super vibrant. Those extra splatters that I added actually really made it look dope. Sublimation is the bomb.com. It's definitely worthy. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you thought this method was cool, if I did something wrong, sis, you can tell me, but don't be on my head. Like I told y'all, I am just getting into it. So far I'm loving it, but it's definitely trial and error. So once again, don't be judging me, sis. Do things differently here. Although we customize some orders, although we do some of the duplicated orders, it's just different here. We are normal people doing normal things, trying to start a business, trying to get you up and running. And so if you're like me, where you like, hey, I got a bunch of things going on, but I'm really creative, I know I can flow in it, that's who I'm here for. I'm here to help you different people who just can't do that regular lifestyle. Sheesh, I ain't cuss, don't be judging me. You feel the call for something greater. You feel the call and the passion to create and just do a bunch of creative stuff. Like, this is what I'm here for, all right? So until next time, my different people, and make sure if you watched all this video, sis, don't you leave, bro, don't you leave without liking and subscribing. Come on, you will want somebody to do the same for you when you jump out there. So don't play with me, okay? No, but I will love you long time. I love you big time. I thank you big time for sitting here and watching this video. I thank you for your support, and there'll be many more to come. All right, different people, stay different, stay flashy, stay cool, and stay bomb.